Roll call, please.
Weir.
Here.
Casanello.
Present.
Hayden.
Yes.
Thurston.
Here.
Snyder.
Here.
Ramirez.
Here.
Sort of.
Okay. Okay, we'll move to the Pledge of Allegiance. I don't know, how are they going to do that? Roll call, please. Okay.
Weir.
Here.
Casanello.
Present.
Hayden.
Yes.
Thurston.
Here.
Snyder.
Here.
Ramirez.
Here.
Sort of. To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good job.
Yeah, that's Schneider. That was performed by Troop 924. Thank you for coming and presenting this colors for us. And we'll move on to the invocation. I don't have any details on from Park Valley Church. I know that. Pastor Brady, welcome.
Hey, Merry Christmas, everyone, and just thank you for the opportunity to be here. When I was thinking about you all today, it fills my heart with gratitude knowing you guys, and I'm just thankful for your servant hearts. And what I thought about you guys this week is on Friday when I was flying back to California was I think of humility and love. Put those two things together, that's a servant to me. So you guys have servants' hearts, and I'm thankful. I'm thankful to be a part of this community. And I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I love you, and I'm thankful for you. You sacrificed our community. We get the benefit from that. I'm thankful for that. And I just want you to know that we pray for you on Wednesdays, our midweek prayer. We pray for you guys, that God gives you wisdom. Continue that fire to continue to serve our great community here. And I just want to share with you, we're building a brand new building on our property. It's going to be a 250-seat auditorium, but the cool thing about it is it's going to have a basketball court.
All right.
It's going to be for our student ministry, for our high school and middle school kids, for our community. And the beams are going up, and it's going to be ready in May, and we're excited. You think about our church, we started with 25 people. And I think we're close to 3,500 now on the weekends, and it's nothing that we could ever do. God has just been blessing our church. And I think for you guys, it's love and humility. Works out for us as pastors at our church also. We just love people and meet them where they are. Don't judge anyone because no one's better than anyone else. And you guys just keep on doing that. You guys are just amazing. I'm thankful that I get to live in Haymarket. My wife thanks you for giving us the opportunity to be here and what you guys do. So let me pray. Lord, I thank you for your love for us. Lord, I thank you for an incredible 2022. You've been so, so good. And I just thank you for the lives that are poured into our community because of this people that you assembled, Lord. And I just pray that you give them wisdom, let them continue just to love what they do, and Lord, that you make right decisions for our community. And Haymarket is just the greatest place to live, and I feel so honored to have a part of knowing each and every one in this room tonight. And so, Lord, just go forward tonight, and I look forward to this weekend with the tree lighting ceremony. And God, we just thank you for just who you are. We get to celebrate your birth coming up at Christmas. So watch over the families here tonight, Lord. Be with them, be with their spouses, our children, our grandchildren. And we just thank you for who you are in our lives. We love you, we thank you. In Jesus' name, amen.
One day a week might not be enough for some of us.
Thank you. Okay, next on the agenda is the Haymarket Day recap.
Okay.
There's Green. Oh.
Now, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
Good evening, everyone. I want to talk a little bit about some of our events that we've had for the season. We'll be wrapping up with the Town of Haymarket events this Saturday with our Christmas and holiday event. But I specifically am going to talk about tonight Haymarket Day and then our Farmers Market season. Our Haymarket Day went off without a hitch and was an absolute success, not just from my own personal viewpoint, but I think the community at large and also anyone who visited the town of Haymarket that day from all around. I actually met a couple of people all the way from Florida that were visiting family in Maryland, and they drove all the way down just for Haymarket Day, as they have for the last 5 years, I think, minus COVID. So it went off very well. Everyone enjoyed it. It was our largest Haymarket Day this year. We had 232 total vendors with a return rate vendor of 85%. So that is fantastic. Some of our vendors did not return this year. A lot of it was because they actually had moved or their business had closed during COVID time, so they did not return. We had a lot of social media coverage on it. We actually increased our social media followers, both Instagram and Facebook, by 20% during just the first or the 2 weeks before the actual event. So people started making it a point to pay attention or want to know what was going on as far as our announcements for Haymarket Day were going. We did learn a few things that we can do better next year. We have noted that, and we are looking forward to doing this again next year. Do y'all have any questions on Haymarket Day? We don't have a total attendee count yet. I did check with Chief, and the company that we have hired to do that count has not given it to us yet. But as soon as we do have it, I can send it to everyone.
Any questions?
Assume you're already planning for next year.
We're already planning for next year. Yeah.
Did you feel like the capping at the number of vendors was helpful?
Yes, we definitely need to keep the vendor caps, and we have learned, you know, when the event is going on, I was walking through and kind of taking pictures, noting where we could shimmy things a little bit, make it a little bit better for next year, make the flow a little bit better, or not, you know, squeeze vendors into different, or some places. The main thing that we kind of really noted for next year was bathrooms. I think it would help us a lot if we put our portable restrooms somewhere in the middle of the space. Other than that, I think we're good.
Got positive feedback on the parade, that it was the right amount of
Yes.
participants, the right amount of
Yes,
time.
We
So-
had 31 total participants. Everyone, from what I heard, of course, I'm not going to know everyone's, you know, perspective, but they enjoyed the amount of time. They enjoyed the types of things that they saw, so they liked having different types of participants, from music and dancing. The kids loved the motorcycles. They had a lot of fun, you know, seeing that. So I think that the parade was good. It was a good length.
Great. Thank you.
Also addressing handicap facilities for...
Yes, for the restrooms, it was noted that when some of the portable restrooms were dropped off, they were put in places that did not let those who were in a wheelchair be able to fully open the wheelchair accessible facility. So we want to make sure that next year when they're delivered, we're actually on site there to make sure that it's, you know, put in the correct place. Because if I would have been there or someone would have been there, they probably would have noticed, and that was just a mishap on my part of not being able to be there that morning.
How was the space between the tents on the road for the parade? Did we have any problems with that?
None that were reported to me, and I haven't specifically asked Chief about that, but I also hope that he would, you know, let us know if he thought that. He's on right now, isn't he? Yeah. Chief, do you have anything to report on that?
What was the question? I'm sorry.
The question was the spacing for the parade tents. Did it allow enough for the parade participants to come through safely?
Yes, we didn't have any issues with that. Everything worked out really well.
Yeah, I know we've had trouble in the past, but I'm pretty sure since we were aware of it, we did put limitations on the size of the floats and stuff, right?
Yeah, that really assisted for making that work. And then also, I think from what my experience on the previous year was that it wasn't really the tents pushing out too far, is that they would put add-ons out in front, you know, like displays and things like that, so it would expand the room on from their tent outward. which was causing issues. So, but I think that everything navigated really well this year.
And on the vendor email that we sent out this year prior to the event, we did ask them not to put out signs or anything in front of their tent until after the parade was over, so that an officer didn't have to go ahead and make everyone move things. And they listened, which was nice.
I thought it was a great event. I enjoyed myself immensely, so thank you.
Transit worked out well too. I didn't hear any, it seems like both the two commuter lots were working well, buses were working well.
I think that they were working well. We had noted some Facebook comments last year about that the wait lines were very long. We tried to do enough social media outreach this year to explain to people there will be a lunch break, it'll be between these times, and really try to facilitate where to find the buses and, kind of keep that loop going to where people weren't waiting as long.
And on that note, I'd like to give a shout out to the bus drivers. I hear that they work through their lunchtime because it was so packed and
They were
so,
fantastic.
so
Amazing.
yeah.
Overall, great day, thank you.
Well, before we conclude our discussion about Haymarket Day, we want to recognize our amazing volunteers that are here with us tonight. So the town would like to recognize Troop 924. If you guys would like to come up. Okay, with council, if they would like to do a picture with you guys.
You want to go in front of the?
Thought I was going to get out of it this week.
Yeah, there's always a photo op.
The bridge troll will stand in the back. I'll hide behind the troll. All the unphotographed people back here. That's on purpose.
Needs to be down in the front.
Stand up, Bob.
Yes, thank you so much. This is presented to you guys to say thank you from the town of Haymarket for all of your volunteer efforts and for supporting our event.
We appreciate the invite as always, and it's our main event for our troop, so it's our one and only time to get in front of the community. We really appreciate all the help you guys give us.
Y'all did a fantastic job.
Thank you.
Well, let's just go ahead and do it. I don't have a formal emotion, but I'm going to make it up as I go.
And then, sorry. And then second, we would like to recognize Park Valley Church for all of the efforts that they have helped us with at Haymarket Day and throughout the year. So Pastor Brady.
Do you want a picture with council?
Picture, or are you good?
Come back here?
Yeah, come on back here.
Yeah, Bob, you got to go.
It's Pastor Steve that does our outreach for us. He's amazing.
How are we doing this?
No, go on. I'll be the bridge troll with the gargoyle on the end.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
Hey guys, Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Merry Christmas.
Thank you guys for everything you do. Thank you.
You say that now.
I mean it.
Aaron, I also wanted to recognize the Long Street Commons group, if that's okay? That was part of your so I think this was double digits now that the group of volunteers from the neighborhood have put that together. So, although I've moved out of the neighborhood, I'm still part of the crew, but they continue to.
You're an honorary.
I'm honorary, former Long Streeter. So thanks to them, and look forward to continuing to work with them in the future. So thanks. Great job, Aaron.
Okay, any other questions before we move on to the farmer's market? Kim is going to be my slide changer for this little presentation that I have for you guys. It's nothing fancy. I am not a PowerPoint aficionado, but I thought the little vegetables were cute, so we're gonna do this. So this is just a way to kind of go through the season with you guys and show you what we started with, what we ended with, what we're planning for next year, and all of the great things that our community is loving about the farmers market for the town of Haymarket. So our vendor space statistics. So these are the actual spaces that we were utilizing and had throughout the 2022 season. By the time that the market closed this year, which was 2 Sundays ago, we had 27 full-time vendors, 15 part-time vendors, and when I say drop-in vendors as many, we had a lot. We started off our season with only 8 full-time vendors and 4 part-time vendors. So between March and the end of November, well, we were actually full and with a wait list mid-summer. We have completely utilized the space in which we were given to host the market. We had a wait list for those who wanted to visit. So what I did was, if a vendor could not be present that weekend, I looked to see if a like type vendor was available as a drop-in and would reach out to them first. So for example, if someone that sold cupcakes couldn't be there that weekend, I looked at our drop-in wait list to see if there was another cupcake company that would like to come and fill in. If they could not, then I just went to the very top of our wait list and brought in whoever was waiting for the first slot. Our vendor statistics as far as their business goes, and I think this is very important for us, 35% of those businesses, it's their very, very first year in business. So when they started in March, they were either a week into their business, they were 3 months into their business, they had not even hit that 12-month mark. So for this market, it was a learning experience, not only for the town, but it was also a learning experience for those small businesses themselves. 31% had been in business for 2 or 3 years, and 34% had 4 or more years, with 7 of that 34% being 10 years or more. So it was a very, they've been in business, they're very stable, when it comes to that. They've been doing markets for a very long time. So with that percentage of the first year in business, this is their very first market that they've ever come to, that they've ever experienced as a vendor and selling their items. So I sent out a vendor satisfaction survey a few weeks ago and asked our vendors kind of your typical satisfaction questions. Overall, how satisfied were you with the market? How were you satisfied with your market manager? How were you satisfied with the money that you were bringing in? Did your business hire anyone new because of the market? We just kind of wanted to get just a roundabout view of what our vendors were thinking from a selling standpoint. And 65% of those, well, I should back up, I'm sorry. We had 28 total respondents out of everyone that we emailed. 65% of those said they were very satisfied, 27% said they were satisfied, and 8% were in the middle. So it was a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being very dissatisfied, and 5 being very satisfied. Out of those who responded, I asked them about their plans to return. 100% of the vendors who took the survey reported that they are planning to return to the market next season in some capacity. So they mentioned the reasons on why they are choosing to return. So I pulled a few of them, or those that several people said the same thing. They are coming back and they are satisfied with the market because of vendor attitudes. A lot of them reported it feeling like a small family. They like seeing each other every weekend. It becomes their own little community. They reported the community attitude was very high. They feel very welcomed by those that come to shop at the farmers market. So those who live in the town of Haymarket were very warm and welcoming, or those that are coming from outside of the town of Haymarket to shop here. The vendors just felt a very big community presence, and that made them very happy to be a vendor here. And they were happy with their market management, how it was run, and the coordination of it, and the growth of their business and the doors that it opened. So they liked, what they also got out of it, not just the money, but other potential opportunities. 50% of, go back, sorry, no, you're fine. 50% of those vendors who report they're coming back say that they want to come back as full-time vendors. 35% report they're going to come back as part-time, and 12% aren't sure yet. Which, if you looked at the percentage of who responded, we had more part-timers respond to this survey than we did full-timers, which means that a lot of those part-times want to come in next year as full-time. They probably came in the season too late, and we didn't have a full-time spot to give them because one of the spaces already been taken up with a part-time. So I think that is fantastic. If we have part-timers that are wanting to convert over to full-time, that means they're very happy. Okay. The report on their business growth. So collaborations and growth, I asked the vendors, have you worked with other vendors here at the market, or have you worked with other businesses, either local or here within Prince William County or beyond? 36% of the reporting vendors said that they now, and they owe it to the town of Haymarket, Farmers Market, are either working with or located in a store now. So either a restaurant is buying produce from them to use in their business, or if they sell non-produce like options, cupcakes, cookies, things like that, and they're VDAC certified, a business actually saw them and said, hey, we would love to sell your items in our shop. So 36% of our survey respondents had that happen here at the Haymarket Farmers Market. 68% of the vendors actually purchased or collaborated with each other, which is fantastic. We definitely want that to happen. So, for example, Gina's Empanadas, she is sourcing all of her meat, hamburger meat, from Tree Lane Stock Farms. And then she will source her chicken from another market vendor as well. So our vendors are working together to buy from each other, support each other in making their own items. And economic impact. How are our small businesses growing here at the farmers market? 7 of our vendors hired permanent employees as a direct result of being here at the farmers market, according to them, which means they hired employees either here to come work at the market at their stand and kept them on after the season stopped, or they hired them on their farm or in their kitchen or in some capacity to help them further their sales here at the farmers market. 2 of our vendors reported hiring seasonal market help so that they could actually expand their business and grow into other markets as well. Right, so we got into the little nitty-gritty a little bit of kind of preparing for next year. I was asking them, would you guys support a price increase, mainly because we would like to do more collaborations between our vendors. Dan Wines, a local food blogger and chef and creator, would actually come to the market, shop the ingredients from different vendors, and then he would go home, make things for people to try, and come to the market and give out samples. And we would also give away the recipes for the things that he would make. And he would always do something that was adult friendly and then something that was kid friendly. I think the biggest hit was the tater tots wrapped in bacon. And they were phenomenal. I had a few. That was a big hit with both kids and adults. But our vendors reported a large increase in the purchase of their items on that day when that happened, because people are actually getting to try or getting new ideas on how to actually use the food that is out there, to purchase. So we would like to do more of that next year, but in order to do that, we need to have some funding for it. So if I ask vendors, if we increase the price, of the space for next year, would you support that, knowing it would be used, to help the market? And 64% said yes, as long as it was $25 or under. 16% said yes, as long as it was $50 or under. And 4% said yes, as long as it was $100 or under increase, not just overall price. 16% said no, nothing at all. Another thing we're looking at is time change. How's our timing? We went with the same timing as last season, which was 9:30 to 1:30. And we also this year instituted a no purchasing until 9:30. At the beginning of the season, we had a couple of safety issues with vehicles coming into the lot, or our vendor vehicles still being in the lot while people were walking through the market trying to purchase things, especially little kids. We never once had an incident, thank goodness, but it was just not safe. So in looking at a couple of other markets around the Virginia area, and looking at what their managers do and how they operate. Some of them have a bell that they will ring, and there is no purchasing allowed until that bell rings, and it keeps people from coming in too early and walking around when it isn't safe, but it also gives the vendors time to actually set up and put their best foot forward for their customers. So we implemented that, and we did have a couple of people in the survey say they wish that they were still allowed to sell before 9:30 because they would have to tell customers to wait. So when asking about the time change, we wanted to know, are people showing up, super early? Do we need to change the timing of the market? In talking to vendors, just being out on the grass with them each week, a lot of them would say to me, I have markets on Saturdays, sometimes I have afternoon markets, they'll have one in the morning, one in the afternoon. They like that extra hour of sleep that they get on Sundays because they don't feel so rushed. Or for a produce vendor, if they have very good sales on Saturday, they need to actually go back into the field late Saturday night or early Sunday morning. So it gives them the time to kind of recharge and reset a little bit. But 44% reported that they would like a 9 to 1 market. 16% said 9 to 1:30. 16% said 8:30 to 12:30, and 20% said stay as is. I don't think, for next year, I don't think we could necessarily do wrong. We do have a very slow window, about from 12 to 12:45, when a lot of people are getting out of church and having lunch, but then it picks back up very quickly until the 1:30 mark. So I'm going to go through this very fast because I don't like talking about myself. But it was on the survey, and I need to go over how others perceive that I am doing my job here. So I asked the same market manager satisfaction question as I did the overall market satisfaction question. Scale of 1 to 5, very dissatisfied, dissatisfied, somewhere in the middle, satisfied, and very satisfied. 85% of our responders reported that they were very satisfied. 16% reported they were satisfied. There were a lot of, I gave people the option to leave comments for the overall satisfaction and the manager's satisfaction, because if someone was super dissatisfied, it gave them a chance to say why. For this, we had all good responses. So what I did was I took the one response that I felt embodied what I tried to show for the entire season. And the main things were that I wanted to be stress-free and welcoming for both the vendors and our customers and our town citizens, especially for those coming into this market for the first time. I always wanted to make sure I was there to answer questions and treated anyone as if they were a seasoned vendor that knew exactly what they were doing. So that's why I chose that one. Okay, next slide. All right, so what now? So our season is officially over. We made it through. What are we looking at for our 2023 season? I would love to see, with council's approval, a 5-year plan for the market, how we're going to not only maintain but grow and keep making amazing what we're doing here in the town of Haymarket. Some of those things could and possibly include road signs off of Interstate 66 to help people know that it's here. If they're traveling out to Shenandoah, they might see our farmers market sign and decide to stop. The SNAP program, which will bring and give a lot of people the opportunity to buy from vendors that wouldn't typically have the opportunity. It's a very important program here in Virginia. Since we are a town-run farmers market, we would be able to implement that program with little to no cost to us, other than the sweat equity we have to put into it to actually get it up and running, to get the paperwork done and all of that. And then once we have that and we become a registered farmers market, a legitimate farmers market as they call it, which doesn't sound great, but if you go through different steps and have different programs, you become a registered farmers market within the state of Virginia. It allows us to reach out and seek grants. So our farmers market could then become self-sustaining, self-funding, and we could just keep making it even more amazing. And then marketing the market was the last thing. The road signs is kind of something that I mentioned. I don't have all of the stats from Olivia for the farmers market, but we would have anywhere from 2 to 1,000 people watch our videos, our live every Sunday that I would do. It would vary by week. We had a lot of people that would say, oh, I saw your videos and I saw that so-and-so was there today. That's why I went. So it helps people, shop before they come, and it brings awareness that we're here as well. So I think that if we keep marketing and letting everyone out there know that we're here, I think that we would grow the market even more for the 2023 season, because we have a great foundation set. A lot of people are chatting about it. Vendors are very happy with it. And yeah. Any questions?
Anybody?
Yeah, you did.
Joe?
Go ahead.
Do you want?
No, I'm gonna.
I'll defer to the vice.
I was gonna say, I'm so proud of the market and the turnout and the professionalism behind it and the satisfaction of our vendors. So thank you very much. As a reminder, we had 28 responses, which I think is great. So being a part of a survey kind of thing. Can you please remind us how many vendors were participating versus the responses?
It was 42 total.
Okay.
And to give them credit too,
Yeah.
though, this was sent out before Thanksgiving, and I was having to give them a very short window. And some of our emails, we do know, go to the spam folder, so if they don't check their spam every week, they probably wouldn't have gotten
Okay.
it. So I think next year it should just be handed out maybe even on the last day of the market or even before.
Okay.
And then probably response rate may be a little higher too.
The feedback is vitally important, and I appreciate it very much. So again, I have nothing but accolades. I'm very, very excited and proud, so thank you.
Hey, thanks, Erin. This is a great presentation. I like the aspect of it's almost like an incubator effect here. And that's very positive. When you were looking at the price increases or thinking ahead, and I like the concept of the 5-year plan, that's very important. Have you looked at the competition to see what can support an increase or whether it cannot support it?
I definitely think it can be supported, absolutely, with the fees that are the other farmers markets in the area. I don't think that that is a problem. I'm considering how many responses were done by first-year businesses. I feel like that may be why we had a lower response rate to they would support more than $25. Because when you're in your first year of business, any money is scary money. So I think that by the time those vendors come back next season, they would support an even higher amount.
And, it sounds like it's been very successful, and of course it has, just walking by it on a Sunday. So any thoughts about relocating to accommodate growth?
Yes and no. So when you move a market that's already established and is doing well, it's different if you're trying to move it to revitalize it. If it's already doing well, moving it can be tricky. It needs to still have ease of access from the location it was first. So you're not going to move it 5 miles down the street, because those that were coming, maybe they're doing a lot of walking, maybe parking is different down there, maybe they were coming here for a certain reason and they wouldn't support it if it was 5 miles away. But then you also want to grow. So I think that for the 5-year plan, that is definitely something that should be looked at, and a space decided upon if you want to move it, and then let the public know and the vendors know that this is the plan, this is what will happen 2 or 3 years down the road, and that way it will already be in people's heads. So if you do move it, it becomes instantly still successful. I definitely think we need bigger space, because we are a non-direct compete farmers market, which is fantastic. It means we don't have 7 people selling cupcakes. We don't have 7 people selling, crocheted items and things of that nature. But it does limit us, because there are other types of businesses we could bring in here, but we can't because we don't have the space. One thing that people are asking for, citizens are asking for, is a food option, a different food option each week. While they also love supporting town businesses like through the week, they would love to try different ones. And we have to walk a fine balance with that, and making sure that if something like that occurs, we are still supporting our brick and mortar restaurants in some way, but then also giving little incubator food businesses a try at the market as well.
Okay, thank you. That's great. I'm good.
Could you remind us what a part-time vendor is versus a full-time vendor and how that works?
Yes, so a full-time vendor has committed to being here every single Sunday for the entire season. A part-time vendor chooses either the first or third Sunday or the second or fourth Sunday, and they commit to that. So they can't just decide when they want to come. They're here on a schedule and on a specific rotation. That way their customers know, okay, it's the first Sunday, I need to go make sure I see them, or it's the second Sunday, you know, this vendor is here, kind of a thing. So when we first started the market, started the season, there were a lot of vendors who just wanted to commit to part-time. Like, I'm just going to try it, and then they converted over to full-time, which was fantastic. They came here, they liked what they saw, they had great sales, they're like, okay, I want to do this full-time. But then once we got to a point where we were filling part-time, we couldn't convert over to full-time because the other person was still coming every other weekend. So yes, so those just commit to coming twice a month, and then full-time is here every weekend.
Okay, thank you.
Marshawn?
Thank you. I apologize if I missed the statistic, but in terms of participants, I seem to have a lot of regulars, people that came every weekend. So did you have an idea of maybe any estimates of repeat participants, or not participants, but
You mean customers?
customers, yeah.
Okay, so yes and no. I did interval counts as well and as best as I could, and we would have anywhere between 500 to 1,500 people a weekend. It would very much fluctuate. I did learn that some Haymarket citizens do not like to get out in the cold or the rain. So we would kind of know that if it was cold and rainy at the same time, our attendance is going to be very low that day. If it was a big, beautiful day and there wasn't a giant event going on somewhere else, it was going to be fantastic. If it was just a cloudy, kind of rainy day, I would always try to, on our Facebook Live, say, hey, put your kids in their rain boots, let them come jump in the puddles, make it fun for being outside in the rain, which we actually saw a lot of people doing that, and it was fantastic. So cold and rain participation from our community would definitely be down. Our last two markets of the season were probably our least attended of the entire season because it was both cold and rainy and windy. So, but yes, our highest, I think, interval count was about, 1640 something, and that was Father's Day.
That's pretty good.
Thank you. I guess what I started to hear, people, farmers market was part of their Sunday.
Yes.
So empanadas, if we didn't get there by 11, we missed out. Is it the mellow? Is it the marshmallow? So I know there was sort of the folks that every week, my kids were getting excited that, hurry up, get up, we need to go, go to the market. So it did seem like when we were there, you started seeing the same faces of people were making it a regular sort of thing.
Yes, and then you also saw, people who were coming over from the hotel because they were staying and they were like, I wanted to know what was going on because they could see it from their hotel room because they were street facing. And so I would tell them a little bit about Haymarket and about the farmers market and, say, hey, next time you're in town and staying in the hotel, make sure you're there on a Sunday and come back to the farmers market. So yes, we definitely had our regulars, which is fantastic for our vendors because regular people every Sunday means consistent sales. So you want that. But then you also want to be bringing in new people that have never heard of our market before or just traveling through the area that also give those sales a boost, just for the day. Our second highest attended farmers market was the costume parade for Halloween. So we had, if any of you didn't see that, what we did for social media was say, hey, we're going to have a costume parade for kids at the farmers market. Cupcake Heaven let us use their space so that we could stage all the kids in a safe place. And they came in their costumes. We told all the vendors weeks before, if you want to participate, let me know. I'll put a sign up that you're participating. And they were just supposed to bring a little bowl of either candy, erasers, pencils, just some little knickknack to give the kids. It allows all of the parents and all of the kids, mainly parents because they're the ones spending the money, to go past every single vendor at the farmers market. So if there was a little nook or something that they typically didn't walk past, they're going to see it and they're going to see those vendors and be like, oh, I didn't know that that was here. So it's a great way to market our vendors but also do some community engagement. And I lost count at 378 kids because I ran in here to get some little extra trinkets that I knew were in here to kind of hand out to kids. So we had our vendors vote on the best costume that they saw. So we handed out a little gift card to Cupcake Heaven for our runner-up and our first place costume contest. So that was our second highest attended event.
Thanks, that's all I have.
So, yeah. Anyone else have any questions? Anyone online? Okay.
Yes, sorry. I'm like staring right at them and then I still don't even like them. Yes. Can I go back to Haymarket Day for a second? Thank you. Okay, so we have our Haymarket Day parade winners. I know Studio B, they won most creative, and they are not here tonight because she is sick. So we're going to deliver this to them on back in the office. So Studio B, best creative. And then best performance was Gainesville Dance Center. Do you have anyone for Gainesville Dance? So we will make sure. No? Okay. So we will make sure that they get their trophy as well. And then Battlefield Marching Band won best overall participant. Oh, my name's Kate. Kate, it's nice to meet you. Yeah. Thank you so much. You're gonna have to get up again. Sorry, guys.
Come on, Bob.
This up down is wearing out my knees.
Congratulations.
Workout for the day.
Yeah, like my knee one. On my behind. On my behind.
Thank you, Kim, for reminding me. I said they're literally staring me in the face, and I completely. Very excited. Well, thank you for your time. Like I said, if you have any other questions or think of something afterwards, feel free to email me.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you. Okay, we'll move on. Now we're set to open up our public hearing. I guess public announcement.
Notice is hereby given that the Town of Haymarket Town Council will hold a public hearing on Monday, December 5th, 2022 at 7 p.m. in the Haymarket Town Hall located 15000 Washington Street, Suite 100, Haymarket, Virginia, to consider the adoption of general and comprehensive amendments to the zoning and subdivision ordinance, Chapter 58 of the Town Code. The proposed amendments include updating subdivision section to reflect the appropriate Chesapeake Bay Preservation Act requirements for plat notations provided by the Department of Environmental Quality. The text editions are available on the town's website and for review at Town Hall located at 15000 Washington Street between the hours of 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. All meetings are open to the public. The Town of Haymarket does not discriminate on the basis of a disability in admission or access to its programs and activities. The location of this public hearing is believed to be accessible to persons with disabilities. Any person with questions on the accessibility of the facility should contact the town clerk at the above address or by telephone at the above telephone number.
Okay. I guess it's opened up for citizens' comments now. Do we have anybody in the audience who wants to comment on the text amendments using? Okay. Any emails come in?
No, sir.
Well, nice and quick then. I guess we'll close the public hearing. Now we'll move on to citizens' time for our meeting. Anybody in the audience want to make comments for our town meetings? Okay, anyone via email?
No, sir.
Okay, we'll move on then. The consent agenda, are there any items here that anybody wants to open up?
Could you pull B3, the police chief's report?
Okay, is that it? Anyone else? Okay. So if I can have a motion?
Mr. Mayor, I would move consent agenda items A 1 through 6, B 1, 2, 4, and 5, and C 1 through 4.
Second.
Okay, got a motion and second. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Okay. I guess, Bob, you have some questions?
I've got one question for you, Chief.
Sure, I'm here, Bob.
Dispatch calls for service, month of November. Got a 25% rise over virtually every month. Is that just due to the holiday season, or are we looking at something, an anomaly
No, there's
here?
no direct correlation. Sometimes you just have an ebb and flow with that. And there was nothing noted that would be indicative of anything indifferent or the holidays itself specifically. I didn't see anything in the rundowns that would indicate that. Just normal business, only booming more. That's it.
Okay. I'm not going to worry about it then.
Yep, I was looking at
I did not see, I'm sorry, go ahead, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah, I was looking at that too, but then I looked at the direct contact calls below, and the average did stay pretty much between 70 and 80 incidents.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, I questioned it, but then backed off after I saw it was pretty much average across the board.
Yes, sir. And again, I didn't see anything that would alarm me in the rundowns, which I obviously look at every day.
Joe, you have a question?
Hey, Chief, nice to see you. I thought there was a disembodied voice there for a while.
My apologies for not being there, buddy. But you all wouldn't have been able to conduct business very well with me coughing every 5 seconds.
Okay, very good. On package page 36, I just wanted to give you a chance to speak to a couple items. You guys
Yes, sir.
have had a very busy month and season, and I want to thank you for participating in the National Drug Take Back Day.
Yes, sir.
I was glad to see that, and the self-defense classes. Can you speak a little bit about the Operation Santa Claus on the 17th, perhaps?
Yes, sir. We initiated this thing that we do, this mission that we do last year. I don't know if you remember. We actually get Santa Claus on the sleigh in the back of a trailer, so the reindeer can rest for Christmas Eve, and we take Santa Claus around town, delivering gifts to all the children that want to come out and take pictures with Santa Claus. And was able to partner with my wife's company this year, and actually got a lot of stuffed animals donated, which also helps St. Jude's. So we're looking forward to that. We also partnered with Studio B, who's going to be helping us as well with handing out gifts to the kids on December the 17th.
Excellent, that's great. Thanks for sharing that. And finally, can you speak a little bit about the lobby and some of the foodstuffs that you're looking for the food pantry?
Yes, sir, I can. And my apologies. I wanted to market that a little better, but I haven't been able to stop coughing long enough to make a video. But I'm going to get with the Vice Mayor. We're hoping to get that together. We're going to have a shopping cart out, accepting all types of canned and dried foods, cereals, canned foods, anything that people can bring for the Haymarket Food Pantry. We did this last year. Vice Mayor headed that up, and it was a very successful program. Matter of fact, our own town manager, Emily, she's already donated before she left out to that cause. So we've already started collecting. I have several boxes in my office already, so that's starting to move forward. We just got to get the marketing moving a little quicker if we can kind of get this sickness behind what's been attacking the department here lately.
Okay, and that's open until when?
We're going to keep it open until the end of the month, okay. And we'll make deliveries as the cart fills up. When my office fills up, and we'll forward that down to the food pantry as needed. We're not going to stockpile it and just bring it in one trip. We're going to try to get it down there so they can get it out to the people that need it every week.
Super. All right, thank you, Chief. I'm done.
You're done?
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Casanova.
Yeah, I'd like to piggyback on that with the blood drive. If we could get some information on that and get that started, because the next time we'll be able to promote it won't be until probably the week before. So is there going to be a sign-up
Yes, sir. I put that out on our Facebook today. It gets you to the time schedule. You just search the zip code when you get to that link that I've included on Facebook on social media, and that link will take you to the Red Cross. You search our zip code, and that event will come up, which is going to be held at the Hilton Garden Inn Haymarket again. It was a very good venue. The Red Cross really liked that venue, the room, the amenities, just the feng shui of it, if you will. And so we partnered with them to go back there, and along with Advent Health. And I think we got about 38 positions left as I checked today. And so please feel free to sign up. Please feel free to share that off of your Facebook or social media pages. And we will keep marketing that as well. And I feel certainly that we can fill that roster up in no time at all. So, but the time is drawing nigh. As you said, we're just a little over a month out, but I think we can get it filled up and do even better than we did last year.
Excellent. Yeah, anybody else have any questions for the chief? Anyone online? We're good.
Hey, thank you for that time, gentlemen, and Mr. Ware. I just wanted to add, don't forget that people can text the word Haymarket to 888-777 to sign up and subscribe for our emergency management, our emergency notification system. That comes in very handy. We've already used that a couple of times now, and especially just last week the lights went out at 15 and 55, so it's a very good thing to sign up for.
Oh, so that was you that sent the message. I thought it was the county. I didn't even look.
No, that was off. The county has their own notification system, but that one's specific to Haymarket. So no, that was me that actually sent that message. So I just wanted to put that reminder out so people could could just subscribe and get that notification, and maybe save them a little time on something like that, going home a different way or going about their travels a different way. So just we want to continue to promote that. Because it is a very good system that can be well utilized by the citizens of Haymarket.
Super.
So on that note, Mr. Mayor, I would move adoption of consent agenda item B3, just to clean things up.
Okay. Got a motion and a second by Vice Mayor. All in favor? Aye. Okay. So that closes out all the consent items. We'll move to the agenda items. Right now, we're looking at the meals tax free weekend for the holiday party. Any details from staff?
No change, sir, other than from what we discussed the last work session last Monday. It's just to showcase the event and give businesses, specifically the restaurants, an ability to not have to charge that 4% next weekend, since we'll be having the event here as well in town.
Both Saturday and Sunday, correct?
Correct. And we will send an email out to the local restaurants to make sure they're aware of it, so they can accommodate appropriately.
Mr. Mayor, can you release the town planner, since we don't have no need for him for the rest of the meeting?
Okay. See you, Thomas. And I guess we can release the chief too, right?
Yeah.
So, Chief, if you want to go, you can. Okay. Well.
Sorry, buddy. I was coughing. Was you talking to me? My apologies.
Pretty much said there's no more agenda items for you. So if you want to get comfortable, you can. You're not needed here. So.
I'll stay on just in case you have something. I really feel bad about not being there.
Okay.
Thank you.
So who wants to make a motion on this?
I'll move.
Are you going to read this whole thing out?
No, I'm going to move an ordinance to waive meals tax on December 10th through 11th, 2022, set by Section 42-186 of the Code of Ordinances, Town of Haymarket, Virginia, 2019, as amended, relating to food and beverages.
Second. Oh, you guys, you want mine?
You can go for it. I'll defer.
Vice Mayor, I'll take it. A friendly amendment to that.
Yes, please.
Attach the ordinance number to it.
Ordinance number 2022-005, as amended.
In the seconder, you friendly?
Oh, I'll second.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Send it around, yeah.
Weir,
Hi.
Casanello,
Aye.
Pater,
Yes.
Snyder,
Yes.
Ramirez,
Yes.
Okay. Moving on then, the next ordinance, 006.
Bob, coming out of the PC, is that you?
Yeah, this is what we just had the public hearing on, correct?
There it is.
We had the public hearing on it. I don't like voting on public hearing items the same night, even though no issues were raised. I think it sets bad precedent, so I would just move this to the next meeting for adoption. Is that cool with everybody?
No objection.
That's fine with me.
We're under no timetable to move it?
No.
Okay.
We're good with DEQ.
Okay.
That way we can
So
come up with, we can actually add in a resolution to the agenda with an ordinance number prior to the next meeting.
So in a matter of speaking, for transparency, we leave it so that citizens can comment on any action we want to make at the next meeting during citizens' time.
Correct.
Correct. Good.
Okay. So we'll move on then. The December 27th work session date. It is during the holiday season where it's going to be difficult to probably get a quorum here. Discussion on whether we want to cancel that meeting and just go directly into town session, town meeting on the January date.
Alternative being the night of the meeting in January, or unless we have any pressing business.
You have any pressing business?
Not at this point, no.
I don't see any.
So move this.
Mary?
If we take care of the rest of the agenda, I've got no issue with canceling the work session for December.
That's our January meeting being the 3rd or the 2nd?
No, the December 27th meeting of this
Right,
year.
but then our next meeting
we're
would
gonna do
be
Our next
then
meeting would be the first meeting,
in January,
the
which would,
first regular council meeting, correct?
okay,
which is your next agenda item, which is the 2023 meeting schedule.
okay.
Any,
Unless you guys want to meet and discuss things like liaison appointments and that sort of thing. I mean, I can take it or leave it.
Well, I think
It would be a short meeting, I suspect, but
it seems to me that we just come prepared for the organizational meeting on the 3rd.
okay.
I would do that. I would not be able to attend the 27th.
We just have to be aware that we have to appoint a vice mayor and then the liaisons. That's the critical elements of that organizational
Yeah,
meeting.
I'm
again, do we do that as part of the regular meeting, or do like a half-hour work session ahead of the regular meeting? Let's make it as part of the agenda? Okay.
Cool. Make it part of the agenda. Mary, any thoughts?
Yeah, does Mary have thoughts?
Mary, do you have any thoughts?
I'm fine with not doing a work session this month. However, I've asked that we possibly do the January meeting on that Tuesday, the 3rd, just to allow us, everybody, to collect themselves and get back into the routine of life.
Yep. And we'll be voting on that next.
Yeah, and just because we would be kind of discussing and making a decision on the same night, I would like to put on our agenda citizens' time at the beginning and citizens' time in the middle after we do our discussions, and then go into action items. Is that good? Gives them a chance to at least make a comment. Can't prepare, but, nope.
fine with me. I'm just, who am I to say no to citizens' time? Nobody's yelled at me in a while.
So you want it after the appointments, you said? After the organizational matters, open it up to
He
public?
said he wants it both ways, both before and after. I don't particularly have an
before
issue
the-
with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone's looking like they're questioning
No, I'm not
what the
sure.
need for it would be.
Yeah, I'm not sure I
We must have
follow.
two citizens' time, one.
That, but what are you gonna be discussing between?
The organizational.
The first one would be, hey, here's how I want things to go with the agenda items that I see, right? Then we go through our
Appointments and
appointments, discussions, and everything.
then you resume
Well-
resume the regular meeting after that? And you want to have a citizens' time for the organizational meeting and a citizens' time for the regular?
It's kind of
a little bit of
difficult.
overkill,
Yeah,
but-
it is. It is.
I'm not
Let me pull my
averse
foot out
to
of my
it,
mouth
but
and say, I'll retract that. Okay.
I mean, you can always recalibrate the meeting items too, if you wanted to.
Yeah. Okay.
How about,
any of,
how about I move that the Haymarket Town Council adopt the 2023 meeting schedule as presented in our packet?
Second that one.
And that would include the first organizational meeting and the first meeting of the new year on the 3rd of January.
but just a point of order, we do have discussion on the work session. We didn't get any type of consensus on a rejection or whatever. Any rejections?
That no one, that we're not having a meeting on the 27th, I have consensus on.
Okay, you good? Okay, now I got a motion and a second. You did get a second on that, right?
Motion by Casanello, second by Schneider,
Okay.
to adopt the 23 schedule.
Okay, anybody have any questions or comments on it? Okay. Yeah, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Then we'll move on. Okay, reappointments.
I'll do it. Pursuant to Article 3, subsection 113 of the Haymarket Town Charter, I move the Haymarket Town Council appoint Roberto C. Gonzalez as the Haymarket Town Treasurer.
I will second that.
Assume you want the job?
With the understanding he
We all
remains
looked
acting
at him and
town,
he didn't make a,
I was going to say,
with the understanding he remains acting town manager.
I was just going to say that.
Roll call.
You have to.
yes, please.
Ware,
Aye.
Casanello,
Aye.
Pater,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Ramirez.
Yes.
Pursuant to Article 3, subsection 116 of the Haymarket Town Charter, I move the Haymarket Town Council appoint Kimberly Henry as the Haymarket Town Clerk.
Second.
Got a motion, second.
Kim, you want the job?
Yes or no? Ware,
Aye.
Casanello,
Aye.
Pater,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Ramirez.
Yes.
And pursuant to Article 3, subsection 117 of the Haymarket Town Charter, I move the Haymarket Town Council appoint Alan Seibert as Haymarket Chief of Police.
Second.
Got a motion and second.
Got a hand gesture that he wants it, so.
You know, that screen is so small, I couldn't tell which finger was up.
That's just wrong, man. I was given a second in case nobody else would.
Roll call, please.
Aye.
Casanello,
Aye.
Pater,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Ramirez.
Yes.
Excellent.
Thanks to all of you for
Okay.
sticking around.
Thank you.
So,
Yep. Next on the agenda, the employee compensation.
Mr. Mayor, pursuant to the outcome or discussion at the work session, I would move that we raise the base compensation for the town manager to a salary of $106,049 plus benefits.
I'll second.
Okay, got a motion second. I think this was all discussed, but last chance for discussion. Put it up for a vote.
Ware,
Aye.
Casanello,
Aye.
Pater,
Yes.
Schneider,
yes.
Ramirez.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, I would move that we raise the employee compensation for the position of the Haymarket Chief of Police to $108,668 plus benefits.
Second.
Okay, motion and second. Last chance for discussion. Let's vote.
Weir.
Aye.
Casanello.
Aye.
Pater.
Yes.
Snyder.
Yes.
Ramirez.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, I would move that we increase the base compensation for the Haymarket Town Clerk to $79,982 plus benefits.
Second.
Motion and second. Last chance for discussion. Let's vote.
Weir.
Aye.
Casanello.
Aye.
Pater.
Yes.
Snyder.
Yes.
Ramirez.
Yes.
And last but not least, Mr. Mayor, I would move that we authorize a $5 an hour stipend for the treasurer as long as he is acting in the capacity as acting town manager.
Second.
Motion and second. Last chance for discussion. Let's vote.
Weir.
Aye.
Casanello.
Aye.
Pater.
Yes.
Snyder.
Yes.
Ramirez.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that? My daughter was speaking to me.
It's a $5 an hour stipend for the town treasurer so long as he's acting
Yes,
as
yes,
town
yes.
manager.
Yes, absolutely. I apologize. Thank you.
Okay, next item on the agenda, personnel policy.
I'll make it real quick. I'm tired of reading this. I'm tired of
Are
changing
we
it.
disposing of it tonight, or we can?
Can we please dispose of it and
Okay.
accept it? I mean, I haven't seen any comments in the last week and further draft revisions, so I'm hoping everybody is good with it. Let me just make one check and make sure that it references Haymarket and not Middleburg any longer.
Oh, ouch.
Quick search.
I'm good.
I was going to say, I didn't see anything.
So in that case, I would move adoption of the Town of Haymarket, Virginia personnel policies as presented.
Second.
Motion and second. Last chance for discussion again. Let's vote.
Weir.
Aye.
Casanello.
Aye.
Pater.
Yes.
Snyder.
Yes.
Ramirez.
Yes.
I would note that the town manager will then need to change the date on the front cover that says adopted on December, whatever today's date is, instead of March 1 of
Yeah.
2021.
Oh.
The acting town manager. It's not waiting till February or March. I don't want to ever see this document again.
Okay, moving on then. We're at council member time. Vice Mayor Pater.
Thank you very much. So it is the holiday season. I'm certain that everybody's excited about family coming in and visiting, travels, but super excited about our event that's happening this Saturday from 2 to 6. So we will have our tree lighting. And then we do have a business roundtable, our quarterly event, which will be on Tuesday, the 13th at True Vibe Brewery from 4 to 6. So it's a meet and greet. So please come out and join us
What day?
at the Tuesday, the 13th.
At Trouvé,
True Vibe.
in the afternoon.
In the
Okay.
afternoon,
Perfect.
yes.
Send me an email.
Perfect. You'll be there.
So I do wish everybody all of the happiest of holidays and look forward to seeing you at our events. Thank you.
Okay. Next, Councilmember Ramirez.
Thank you. Sorry I couldn't be there tonight. I'm getting over a cold and have been coughing a lot. Decided I didn't want to share that. But I am sad that I wasn't there because I wanted to thank Troop 924 for all that they do for us on Haymarket Day and for presenting the colors today. That's wonderful, and I'm sad to have missed it. I'm super excited about the farmers market and the growth that we've seen and the projections that are being made. I look forward to hearing about, next season. And I do want to take this time to thank Chief and his wife and her company and Studio B for helping support our town and just a few of the events that we do. They're always stepping up to the plate and helping out, and it means a lot. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Mary. Councilman Schneider?
Thank you. So Chair, Vice Mayor, and Councilman Ramirez's comments would also add that it's the end of our first terms for some of us, with a 6-month extension. I think.
Don't remind us.
So I will say it does not, it feels much longer than 2.5 years, but I feel we've weathered the storm. We continue to weather the storm. Town hall staff, thank you very much. Out of sight is not out of mind. So we do appreciate what you guys do. And for those that are not here, thank you for what you do as well. And the police force, I've not had as much time to be able to do some ride-alongs with them, but I know that they're out there and that the town feels safe because of them. Looking forward to 2 years of doing the fun stuff. We've been doing 2.5 years of not so much fun stuff. So,
What makes you think the next 2 years is going to be
I don't know.
any different?
Doing what politicians do, kissing babies, doing hugs. I like to do sort of the high visibility, the fun stuff. Looking forward to some of our projects getting underway, and really starting to see with the fairgrounds. I always call it the fairgrounds. That's going to certainly change the dynamic of the town. With Van Meter almost done, all the other projects that are coming out of the ground to our west or east. Not too happy about the data centers, but they are what they are. Certainly the face of the town is changing, and so I look forward to serving with the town hall staff and serving with the council to again serve the community and hopefully weather the next 2 years well. So thank you. Have a happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Take care.
Super. Thank you. Councilman Passanello?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I want to thank Troop 924. You guys did a great job, I have to tell you. It was fun not to have to pick up the garbage. It's getting tough for us older people. But the turnout was great. It's great to see you all here tonight. So thank you for coming, and Mom and Dad and everybody else. And it's good to see folks in the audience. Just want to say, hey, have a great holiday, and thank you, Chief. And hopefully you'll both feel better, you and Mary, and get you back here on January 3rd. Thank you.
Looking forward to it.
Well, being a contrarian and town curmudgeon, bah humbug, happy holidays to everybody. I'd like to remind everybody that the budget season fast approaches, and it will be faster approaching this year. Mr. Acting Town Manager and Treasurer.
Really, Bob?
Yeah. The only reason I bring that up is we are going to be, Joe and I have been in discussion with staff about some initiatives. They got some equipment they'd like to pursue, so we're going to probably bring forth a revised CIP or expenditure request for the town administration proffers that we've been receiving. It's just a matter of prioritizing which systems we pursue first, whether it's security or planning hardware. But we should have something by next month with a timetable and a proposed cost on some of the items, so we can kind of kick it around next month. Or maybe probably wait till the January work session, since we're not going to have one in December. But just kind of keep that in mind. We've got some physical needs within the building that we need to take care of, both from a security standpoint and from a planning standpoint. So we'll try to figure out a game plan to cover them both. That's all I got.
Okay, that leaves me. Again, I'd echo what a lot of the council members have said to 924. Thanks a lot. I would definitely like to thank Longstreet Commons. I think they are the forgotten volunteers, because they actually did do a lot. Yeah. And also I would like to thank our maintenance person, Matt, for all the effort he's put out over the last week, getting the lights up and the wreaths up on the and set up for the lamp posts, and actually getting that tree decorated. I think you helped out, Marchant?
No, Sunday was rain. We decided it was not the ground was saturated. We did not think it was safe to decorate during that weather. So it was all Matt. He takes personal pride in it too. All the buildings look awesome. I think town hall staff supported him in that too. I thought I'd get a little stressed, but it's looking great. So
Okay, and that's all I have. Next agenda.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
Take care.
Merry Christmas, Chief.
Thank you all. Y'all take care.
Too.
Yeah, this is amazing. Who
You know
did
who the
this?
mystery apple butter came from?
That would, since it's on top of the Chief Cybert envelope, I'm assuming that's who it's
Oh,
from.
mine was
It's
not.
awesome.